and I've got a couple of requests this week, which is brilliant. That's great. So people have asked in for some exercises for the legs. Yeah, legs and hips, inner thighs, and somebody else has requested in for some shoulder, that old chestnut shoulder, tight neck, upper body stuff. So I'm going to fit both of those in today. It will be full body anyway. And the great thing about doing, mat-based leg exercises is they're generally speaking nice and safe if you haven't got the best knees in the world, or if you're slightly concerned about doing more weight bearing, more dynamic stuff. There's loads of ways that you can tone and strengthen the legs without actually standing up at all, which is brilliant. So that's what we're going to do today. That's going to be legs, hips, and shoulders. Yeah, so let's start with a little bit to wake up and pump some blood into the shoulders. If you've been sat at your desks, they probably are a little bit tight already. So let's just do some shoulder circles, guys. We're going to circle the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go back the other way and circling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let's just gently turn the head over the shoulder. Even if it feels tight, take the chin as far as you can, back into the middle. And we're going to go the other way. Back into the middle, 2 more times, over the shoulder. Back into the middle, and the other way. Back into the middle. Okay, so what we'll do next is we're going to make a fist. We're going to bring the arms up. I've got roughly 90-degree here at my elbow. My elbows are pretty much the same height as my shoulders, and we're just going to open. 1, 2, let's do 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, good. Relax the arms down. We're going to then take them out to the side and 10 circles with the arms nice and small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax the arms down again. One more time. Let's turn the head over the shoulder, into the middle, and the other way, into the middle, and again, into the middle, and again, into the middle. Okay, taking the hands onto the shoulder joint, elbow circles. We're going to do 5 each way. Do them fairly slow, but as big as you can. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and let's go back the other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, nice. So let's come round to sitting here. We're going to take the feet hip distance apart, and we're going to start with a flat back and the hands just below the knees. Okay, so we're going to curve the pelvis under and rock back into a C curve, and then we're going to come all the way up straight. So curving the pelvis under and then coming straight. Curve the pelvis under and then straight. And again, curve and straight. Okay, let's do 4 more. Curve and straight. And again, curve and straight. Let's do 2 more. And curve and straight. Last one, and curve and straight. Okay, we're going to take both legs forwards now. Have them about hip distance apart. Got my feet flexed, legs switched on. curve the arms over, reaching forwards, and we're going to roll down to the floor in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to reach the arms over the head. All right, so we're going to push through the heel of the right foot. That's like stretching the right leg along the floor, and then we're going to push through the heel of the left, and again right, and again left, and again right, and again left. Okay, let's bring the right leg into the chest. We're going to take 2 breaths on each hip. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, swapping legs over, bring the left leg in. 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay guys, both feet on the floor. So let's do some slow hip rolls. This will start to wake up not only the core and mobilize the spine, does start to wake up the back of the leg as well. So reaching the arms up to the ceiling, we'll do some slow hip rolls. We're going to curve the pelvis under and roll vertebra for vertebra up, stretching the arms over the head, curve back down vertebra for vertebra, and then bring the arms up to the ceiling. And again, curving the pelvis under, rolling up, taking the arms over the head, curving the pelvis under as you roll down, and then arms back to the ceiling. 2 more. So curving the pelvis under, rolling up, taking the arms over the head, curving the pelvis under, rolling down, taking the arms back to the ceiling. Last one. Curving the pelvis under, rolling up, taking the arms over the head, curving the pelvis under, rolling down, taking the arms back to the ceiling. All right, so hands onto the mat. We're going to roll on to the sides, and we'll pop in here the first exercise for the legs. Yeah, this one is going to work the outside of the hip here, and it's a chance for you to kind of wake up the whole of the leg. If you wanted to add an extra challenge to this one, what you could do is attach here some light ankle weights. That would make it even more effective for toning, strengthening the muscle. Also, it's good without. So let's lift the top leg, foot flex, knee forward. So we're going to push the leg all the way out to the side and then bring it back in. And again, push and then back. And push and back. And push and back. And push and back. Let's do 5 more. And push and back. And push and back. And push and back. 2 more. And push and back. 1 more. Push and stop. So hold it here, guys. We're going to do circles. When you do the circles, keep the legs straight out to the side. Don't do the circles in front of you, yeah? If you do them in front, you're only really working the front here. If you keep them right to the side, you get equal work of the front and the back. So let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good. Bring that leg all the way in. We'll do that on the other side. So the pushes out, that's a really nice one just to wake up the hip as well, actually. Pushes out to the side, the circles. Be tempted not to just do them in front of you. A lot of people make that mistake in the beginning. All right, so lift the top leg, foot flex, knee forwards, and we're going to push out to the side and then back. And again, push and back, and push and back, and push and back, and push. Okay, 5 more, and push and back, and push and back, and push and back. 2 more, and push and back. So the last one we're going to push and stop. Let's just wait a second here. You can even have a look where your leg is, yeah? It wants to be coming right along, right out the side there. Then you're ready to do the circles. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that was mainly working, like I said, the outside of the hip, outside of the leg there, warming up the hip joint. Let's go on to the stomach for heel squeeze prone. This is a nice gentle way to start waking up the back of the hip. That's your glutes and your hamstrings, back of the leg. So let's do 10 squeezes. Going to squeeze the heel 10 times. Off we go. So let's squeeze and relax. And again, squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. 5 more. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. 2 more. And squeeze and relax. 1 more. And squeeze and relax. Okay, we'll do a couple of cat stretches after that. So let's take wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Okay, we're going to drop the head, curl the pelvis under. Okay, staying here. And then coming through, long flat back, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. So let's drop the head, curl the pelvis under. And then coming through to a long flat back. Let's do 2 more. Dropping the head, curving the pelvis under. And then coming through to a long flat back. Okay, 1 more. Dropping the head, curving the pelvis under. And then coming through to a long flat back. Okay, we'll take toes together, knees apart. Let's stretch all the way back here. Okay, and then we're going to take it around the corner. So just walk the hands off the mat round to one side. We'll hold it here for a few seconds. And then we can take it back into the middle. We'll go around the other way. And a few more seconds there. Okay, then back into the middle. And we're going to roll up gently through the spine, vertebra for vertebra. Okay, good. Let's lie down on the back, guys. And before we do any more for the legs or for the shoulders, let's do a little bit for the core, yeah? So those of you that know, we're going to jump in and go straight into the hundreds. On this, you can keep the legs in tabletop if you wish. I'm doing it with extended. I'm also going to do the breathing and cue the breathing. But if you're not familiar with that, you don't have to. Okay, so let's take an inhale and exhaling into imprint. Inhaling one leg, exhaling the other, inhaling and exhaling up and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale and inhale 2, 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 4, 5 halfway and inhale 2, 4, 5 and exhale and inhale 2, 4, 5 and exhale and inhale 2, 4, 5 and exhale and inhale 2, 4, 5 and exhale, inhale 2, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's come all the way in, guys. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. We're going to do a little exercise to open the rib cage and twist out the back. This is also really helpful for tight shoulders, necks, upper back. So let's roll onto the right shoulder. We're going to take the left arm up. We'll take an inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to open the arm all the way to the side and try to rotate and open your rib cage here as much as possible. And then we're going to bring the arm back. If you can, coordinate that on a nice big exhale. That will help. Don't worry if you don't quite get that. Okay, let's do 2 more. So rotating the rib cage and opening the arm and then bringing it back to the ceiling. And 1 more. Rotating the rib cage and opening the arm and then back to the ceiling. All right, so let's do that on the left. We're going to take the right arm up to the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to open the arm and rotate the rib cage and then bring the arm back up to the ceiling. And again, opening the arm, rotating the rib cage and then back up to the ceiling. And again, opening the arm, rotating the rib cage back to the ceiling. And one more, opening the arm and rotating the rib cage, and then back up to the ceiling. All right, guys, nice. So we're going to go back onto the sides now. We're going to work more into the hip, yeah, so the outside of the hip here. If you wanted to add challenge to this next exercise, what you could do, and I'm sure you've seen them around, is get a small loop of flexiband. Yeah, a small loop of flexiband. It's better if it's a very light one, to be honest. A light one will be fine. And what you would do is you'd put it just above the knees, yeah? But for the sake of keeping this as simple as possible, we're going to do this without, yeah? Okay, so we're going to do knee up to the ceiling. This is clamshells. If you were to have a flexi band here, it would add some resistance, make it a bit more challenging. Let's do 20. So just going to lift the knee up to the ceiling. We're going to keep the pelvis still. So off we go. We're going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so let's go on to the next hip exercise. We're going to put the hand on the floor, bring the knees up, feet forwards. If you had a small flexi band on, you'd keep it on for this one as well. Let's lift the top leg, and we're going to do 20 little pulses above the hip. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I kept my foot really flexed there. I kept tension all the way through my leg, and I could definitely feel it working into the outside of the hip there. Okay, so let's do it on the other side. Hand on the hip, clamshells first, 20 times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, keep going, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so knees up, feet forwards. In this position, you've roughly got 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Lift the top leg, keep that foot flexed for tension through the muscle, and we're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, lovely guys. Let's go onto the back again. And we're going to do an exercise that is not only great for waking up and using your quads. Yeah, the quads are the muscle down the front of your thigh here. This is also a really good core one. If you want to really target the quads on this one, then make extra care that not only is your foot flexed, so it's helped to switch on the leg, but you've got the feeling of really pulling up your kneecap, pulling it up and really engaging all the way down the front here. What we're going to do is keep the hands on the hips. We're just going to lift the leg up and down 8 times. Try not to throw it. Try to lift it from the core and from the quad, and you should feel it. We're going to do it pretty slow. So off we go. We're going to lift the leg and then back. So that's number 1. We're going to do 7 more. And again, lift, keeping the quads switched on, and then back. And again, lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, lift, and back. One more, and lift, and back. All right, so from about the third rep, I could feel it in my quads, yeah? Let's stretch the other leg forwards again. If you wanted to add challenge to this one, this is where you can, again, just add some light ankle weights to this. That would work. Okay, off we go. We'll take an inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to lift, pulling up the kneecap, engaging the quads, and back. And again, lift, and back. Not too quick, so control it up, and control it back down. And again, lift, and back. Keep going, and lift, and back, and lift, and back, and lift, and back, and lift, and back. All right, well done, guys. So let's do a knee shake. We're just going to shake the knees to relax the muscles all around the hip and the thigh for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's work in now to the hamstrings. Yeah, hamstrings and hip extensors. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to do 10 shoulder bridges. So that's just lifting up and down. We'll do 10. 10th one we'll hold for 10 seconds, and we'll do 3 sets of this. So what's really nice about this exercise is you're going from dynamic, which is the up and down bit, to static, which is the holding for 10 seconds. And in these two ways of working, the muscles work slightly differently. Put them together and you can really get a good engagement and a good strengthening exercise for the hamstrings and hip extensors. Off we go. So we're lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and stop up on 10. We're going to stay here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down we come. Okay, so I can feel that already. I already feel that kind of burny feeling up the back of my leg here. If you're not quite there yet, you can try this. I'm just going to quickly demonstrate a nice little hack to really make the back of the leg work. So if you've been pushing up and you've been pushing up and your weight has been going towards your shoulder and your head, that means you're losing a little bit of activation here. Okay. But if you push up and you're pushing your weight forwards towards your knees, towards your toes, oh my God, you will feel it much more fairly instantly. So have the feeling of pushing the weight forwards the whole time. Let's do 2 more sets. Off we go, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and stop up on 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. Last set, guys. Off we go, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and again stop up on 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently all the way down. Okay, so let's just quickly open out the hamstrings before we carry on. We'll bring one leg into the chest, we'll link the fingers together, flex the foot, and let's push the heel up towards the ceiling, and then bend it back down, and again push and back. Let's do 2 more. Push and back, and 1 more. Push and back. Okay, we'll do that on the other side, and we're going to push heel to ceiling and back, and again push and back, and again push and back, and one more push, and back. All right, so let's give the legs and the hips a little bit of a break. We're going to go back to shoulders, and for shoulders, we're going to do one similar to what we did right at the beginning. So right at the beginning, we did one like this, guys. Okay, we're going to do one a little bit lower down with the arms slightly longer. This is really to work in and pump the back of the shoulder joint and around into the back as well. So off we go. Let's open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, relax the arms down. The next one we're going to do is specifically to pump the deltoid. If the deltoid is nice and pumped and blood is getting there, that is going to have a direct effect on the neck because of its close proximity. Yeah. So let's lift the arms up to here. Again, try to keep 90° at the elbow. And for this one, you're going to push the shoulders up to the ears. It looks weird. And then you're going to bring the shoulder blades down. So it's not about fully straightening the arms up. It's about getting the shoulder blades moving and the shoulders moving up to the ears and then coming back down again. So let's keep going. Up and then down. And again, up and then down. And up and down. Okay, and quicker. Up and down. And up and down. And 3, let's do 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Okay, good. Relax the arms down. Again, one more time. Just turn the head over the shoulder, back to the middle, other way, back to the middle, and again, back to the middle, and again, back to the middle. Okay, so guys, don't forget this one. Yeah, it's shoulder blades up, shoulder blades down. And if you are at your desk or if the neck, upper back, shoulders start to get tight, it's much more effective to do, say, 3 sets of that instead of stretching. Avoid the stretching, especially if you've not moved around and you're not warmed up. Okay, so let's go back onto the legs and the hips. And we can't really miss out, if we're doing a leg thing today, we can't really miss out the Pilates side leg lift series. Yeah, we're going to do these in 4 sections. Let's do the first 2 sections if you're familiar with the arm along the leg. That's good for stability as well. And these 4 exercises are great at working inner thigh, front of thigh, a little bit glutes, around the hip, outside of the hip as well. They kind of tick a lot of boxes. So off we go. We're going to point and then flex. Keep the leg engaged. That feeling of pulling the quads up at the front like we did earlier. And flex. Point and flex. We're going to do 4 more. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. 1 more. Point and flex. All right, so let's do 8 circles. Again, keep them right out to the side of the body like earlier and circling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So keep that leg up there. I'm going to put my hand on the floor now. You're going to squeeze up the bottom leg. That's using the inner thigh there and then back down. So you're going to lift up the top leg. It's the inner thigh of the bottom leg that works and then back down. So it's top leg, bottom leg, down. 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 Keep going. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Let's do 2 more. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Last one. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Last section, both legs lifting. Off we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep breathing, 7, last one, 8. All right, good. So on the other side, it's possible, guys, by the way, to do all these side lying exercises have the legs slightly relaxed and move the leg up and down in the desired choreographic way, and it won't have the same effect of strengthening and working the muscle as if you do it with a really engaged quad, really pulling up the back of the leg using the glutes. Yeah, so let's think about that on the second side. We're going to take the arm along the leg, pull up the front of the thighs, and off we go. We're going to point and then flex, point and 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 flex. So next up is the circles. Get the legs straight out to the side. Off we go, circling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, guys, keep that leg up there. We're going to squeeze up the bottom leg, and then they come down together. So it's top leg, bottom leg, down. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Top leg, bottom leg, down. 4 more. Top leg, bottom leg, down. 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 Last section, really lock the legs, squeeze the butt, pull up the quads, and we're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last one, 8. All right, and relax. So hopefully, especially if you know those exercises, if you've done them many times before, hopefully that feels a little bit different today. You can feel it a little bit more in the legs. Okay, back onto tight neck, shoulders, and all of that. We're going to lie down. We're going to do an exercise. Elbows back, arms forwards, yeah? Again, this is a lovely one for getting the shoulder blades moving on the back, pumping blood into the middle and upper back and around the neck and the shoulders. So let's do 10 of these, guys. Got my legs pretty wide and rotated. Of course, switch them on. We're going to keep the head down. We're going to lift the arms up, and then you're going to slide and pull the elbows back, and then reach the arms forwards. We'll do 10. Back, and then forwards. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. All right, so after that, we're going to pop up into another cat stretch again. Drop the head, curl the pelvis under. We'll take 2 breaths at the top here. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, sliding on through. We're going to do a push back to a bent-legged downward dog. That's also a great one for opening the shoulder joint. So let's take an inhale to lift the knees. On the exhale, we're pushing back to a bent-legged downward dog. Yeah, relax the neck, push through the underneath of the shoulder, and we'll stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. So we're in the right position now, keeping the toes tucked under to go straight onto the elbows. I'm going to link my hands together. This next exercise, you can keep the leg bent. We're going to lift the leg up and down 8 times. This is a great one again for the back of the leg, back of the hip. So fingers linked together. We're on the elbows. I've got my shoulders stacked over my elbow there, and we're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too quick, guys. That will give you a chance to really engage the muscle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you got 2 for free there, guys. I did say 8. We ended up doing 10. 10 on the other side then. Off we go. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, again, let's relax down, toes together, knees apart. We're going to go into a long spine stretch back. Let's take 2 breaths here in the middle. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, coming all the way up. And now we're going to work into the inner thigh. So let's lie down again. And what I do when I'm working out is, as much as possible, I try to focus and think about the muscle group that I want to work. Yeah, so it's helpful to know before you start an exercise what the target muscles are. That doesn't mean the only muscles that are working, but the ones that are targeted in the exercise. So this is a simple example of that. We're now going to work the inner thigh of this leg. Yeah, so if you can, you're going to think about pulling up and using these muscles all the way from the top of the hip down to the inside of the knee. There's a lot of inner thigh muscles. And we're going to do 10 lifts first. So off we go. We're going to lift 1, not too quick, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, relax that leg a second. We're going to do 10 more now, but with a flex foot. That just slightly changes what gets activated up in the inner thigh. So off we go. Let's lift 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, stay here a little bit longer, guys. Relax that leg a second. The next thing we're going to do is, again, we'll go back to a pointed foot, and we're going to do 20 little pumps as high as you can. Yeah, you should really feel this one. So let's point the foot, stretch out the leg long and straight, lift the leg up, and we do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and gently all the way back down. Okay, guys, let's do all of that on the other side. So that was 3 sections, 10 lifts all the way up and down with a pointed foot, 10 with a flex foot, and then 20 little pumps. And if you can, you're going to really focus on thinking about the inner thigh. Off we go. Let's lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax that leg a second. All right, next set. In flex foot, 10 more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Oh, I can feel that. All right, relax the leg. Last section, 20 little pumps as high as you can. We'll do that with a pointed foot. Okay, so off we go and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but that really burned on me. If you weren't really getting a feeling there of engagement, of burning, whatever you want to call it, again, this is one that you could do with some light ankle weights. I've tried all these with 2.5 kilos. That was way too heavy. 2.5 kilos was way too heavy for me. But even half a kilo or a kilo, and you'll definitely feel it more. So let's just get the whole body moving now. We're going to do some full roll-ups. So legs hip distance apart, feet flexed. We're going to take the arms up to the ceiling. Okay, so let's gently take the arms back and over the head. Then we're ready to move the whole body. So we're going to move the arms to the ceiling and then curve all the way up and over. Start to roll on back and then vertebra for vertebra down. Moving the arms to the ceiling, and if you want here, a big exhale as you come up and over. Start to roll on back and then gently back down. And again, arms to the ceiling and then curving all the way up and over. Start to move back and then gently back down. Okay, one more. Arms to the ceiling and curving all the way up and over. So let's stay up and over here, guys. We're going to roll up all the way through the spine. We're going to take it into rolling like a ball next. So feet together, knees together. Let's curve the pelvis under. We're going to lift the legs up. Then we're ready to go. So we're going to inhale, pelvis under, rolling back, exhale up, and pelvis under, rolling back, exhale up, and pelvis under, rolling back, exhale up. One more, pelvis under, rolling back, exhaling up. All right, soles of the feet together. Let's take a little stretch forwards over the legs here. We'll take 2 breaths, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Okay, we're going to roll up gently through the spine. We're going to come round to sitting. So back we go to looking at upper bodies, tight necks and shoulders. So let's do some spine twists here. Spine twists are a great one for getting everything from kind of here up moving. Yeah, this is the part of your spine, your thoracic spine, that is designed to rotate, is designed to move. So this exercise is good for that. When this bit of the spine is nice and mobile, that will definitely reduce tension in the neck and shoulders. So we're going to take the arms out in front. I've got my elbows bent here, guys. Roll the shoulders back and down. Then we're ready to go. So you're going to rotate round. Keep looking at the hands. Then turn your head as far as you can over the shoulder. You're going to look back to the hands again and then into the middle. Other way. So rotating round. Turn the head as far as you can over the shoulder. You're going to look back to the hands, into the middle. Let's do 2 more. So rotating round, turning the head over the shoulder, looking back to the hands, and then into the middle. And 1 more. Rotating round, turning the head over the shoulder, coming back to the hands, into the middle. Okay, so from here we're going to push the hands forwards here, and let's take shoulders up to ears. Yeah, shoulders right up to ears. We'll take an inhale, and on the exhale, over you go. Inhaling back, exhaling over, inhaling back. Let's do 2 more. Exhaling over, inhaling back, and 1 more. Exhaling over, inhaling back. Okay, open the arms all the way back out, and we're going to go back to the exercise that we did fairly near the beginning of the class. We were lying down on the backs, guys, and we were thinking very much about keeping a strong quad and using that as well as the core and the abs to lift the leg up to the ceiling. So we'll add in the upper body as well with this one. This brings it higher up the abdominal wall and still keeps the quads and the core working too. So let's link the fingers together behind the head. We're going to do it a little bit slower than normal. So let's just do 6, and it's going to be slower. That doesn't make it easier, guys. Off we go. So we're going to lift all the way up. And then if you can, inhale to come back. Exhaling up. Inhaling back. exhaling up, inhaling back, exhaling up, inhaling back. 2 more, exhaling up, inhaling back. Okay, last one, exhaling up, inhaling back. All right, nice guys. Let's do that on the left. That was 6 times, 6 slow times. We'll take an inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to lift. Inhaling back, exhaling lift. Inhaling back, exhaling lift. Inhaling back, exhaling lift. Inhaling back. 2 more, exhaling lift. Inhaling back. And last one, exhaling lift. And inhaling back. Okay, nice guys. Let's take both feet on the mat, hands on the ribs. Take a few deep breaths here into the rib cage. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, we're going to take the leg across to stretch. This is another one for spinal and shoulder mobility. So let's take one arm out to the side, have the palm facing up, and then you'll get a nice stretch through the inside of the arm here. That's bicep into the front bit of the deltoid. Let's lift the right leg up to 90. Left hand across. As you roll the knee over, we get a rotation through the back. Turn the head, look at your right hand. And we're going to hold it here. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, coming all the way back, and we'll do that on the left. So left arm out to the side with the palm up, left leg up to 90, right hand across. We're going to roll the knee over and turn the head to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, nice guys. Let's come all the way around. And we're going to come up onto all fours. Yeah, we'll take wrists and shoulders, knees and hips. Again, this is an exercise that is great for the glutes, for the hamstrings, but because we're going to be up on the hands, it's quite a nice middle and upper back strengthener too. So let's take wrists and shoulders, knees under hips, spread the fingers out nice and wide, and if you can, have a fully extended elbow joint on this one. Okay, so I'm going to take my left leg behind first, yeah? I've got that foot pointed, and I'm going to lift the leg up 8 times. I'm going to cue the breathing on this one. We're going to lift on an exhale. So let's take an inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale back, not too quick. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhaling back. Okay, well done. Let's pop that knee down. We'll do it on the other side, guys. So target muscles. Yeah, hip extensor, hamstring. Yep, so thinking about those as you lift the leg up, we're going to take an inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale back. 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 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhaling back. Lovely, guys. Let's take toes together, knees apart. We're going to relax all the way back again. Really let your forehead be heavy on the floor here. We're going to take 2 deep breaths. So take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so picking up the belly, we're going to roll up through the spine, nice and easy, nice and gently, vertebra for vertebra, leaving the head till the end. Okay, guys, so let's start putting in a little bit more in terms of stretching and mobilizing for the head, neck, shoulders, and upper body. We have been going for nearly 55 minutes, so you've really pumped the blood 360 around the body. You're nice and warmed up in a very different way, for example, than if you'd taken a hot shower. That's not the same thing, yeah? So you're nice and warmed up. Then it makes sense for me to start looking at some gentle mobilization and stretching of the neck and a little bit the shoulders as well, yeah? Especially the neck, guys. Before this point, before this kind of 55 minutes or maybe a bit less of really working out, just don't stretch the neck. At the very least, you'll do nothing, and at the very worst, you're going to make it much worse. Yeah. So, okay, guys, let's start. We're going to link the fingers together behind the head. Okay, so this is to get a little bit of mobility again in the middle and upper back. So follow me. We're going to lift one elbow up and then come back into the middle. Okay, then the other elbow up and back into the middle. Let's do 2 more. One elbow up, back into the middle, and again, other elbow up, back into the middle. So now we're going to take it into a rotation. So think about opening one elbow back. Keep the chin just slightly lifted, and then into the middle, and then the other elbow back, into the middle. Let's do 2 more. Open one elbow back, into the middle, and again the other elbow back, into the middle. Okay, so now we're going to open the elbows, look up to the ceiling, really open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then you're going to let the elbows come forwards, drop the chin, and this is where you can take a little stretch on the back of the neck there. Don't pull hard, guys. Let's repeat it. So we're going to open the elbows, really squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up to the ceiling, and then gently let the elbows forwards, drop the chin, and very gently stretch the back of the neck. And again, opening the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking up to the ceiling, and then gently drop the chin, and the elbows are going to come nice and easy forwards. Okay, good. So let's come all the way up, guys. We're then going to slide one hand across the lower back. So already that's opened the shoulder joint here. Some of you might even feel that stretching just a little bit across the front of the chest. The other arm's going to come up and over the side, fingers by the ears. So keep the head facing forwards. And this is definitely a gentle, gentle stretch over. I'm not pulling my hand. I'm just gently letting the weight of my hand take the head over. If you open the mouth slightly, you will get a little stretch down the side of the neck. Okay, then what we'll do is we're going to turn the head into the arm, and you want to slide your hand back and down to where your head meets your neck, roughly there. You can drop the chin, and then I'm feeling that very gently as well, more around the sides to the back of the neck. If you're very tight, you might feel it all the way down and underneath the shoulder blade. Okay, we're not going to stay there long, guys. It doesn't make sense. So let's come all the way up, and we'll do that on the other side. So that is hand across the lower back, other arm up and over the top, fingers by the ears. So it's gently over, without pulling the head, gently over to the side. Relax the jaw, and I can feel that now stretching out down the side of my neck. Quite a lot of muscles there. The biggest one is your sternocleidomastoid. That can get very, very tight. Okay, you're going to turn the head into the arm, slide the hand round and down, and gently drop the chin. So now I'm feeling this more towards the back and sides of my neck, and slightly into the upper back. We won't stay there long. We're going to come gently all the way up. And then we're going to go back fully into a straight-legged, or as straight as you can get it, downward dog. This is a good one for stretching out hamstrings, calf muscles, and into the shoulder joints. So let's take wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tuck the toes underneath. We're going to take an inhale to lift the knees, and on the exhale, back you push. So tailbone up, head down. Relax the neck fully. Let's stay here for 4 breaths if you can. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, gently pop the knees down onto the mat, and then we'll go onto the backs, guys. We're going to finish off with the piriformis stretch. The piriformis is a muscle that sits very deep into the hip. We're going to take right leg over the left leg. This is a great one. It actually doesn't just stretch that muscle, it stretches the whole heap more. But let's take one hand through the middle onto the shin, other hand around the outside. And if you can't get your hands on top here, no problem. You can just take them onto the hamstring there, but you will get a deeper stretch with a little bit more leverage if you've got the hands on the top. So let's hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, unwrap the legs, and we're going to do that on the other side. So that's left leg over the right leg. Both legs into the chest, hands through on the shins. Okay, gently squeeze the knees in, and we're going to stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, guys, I hope you like that stream. I hope that was helpful. In about a few hours time, sometimes it takes like actually half a day, this will be able to be watched again up on my channel. Thanks a lot for joining. See you next week, guys. Okay, bye bye.